As most people recognize at this point, we had a very major incident at one of our local elementary schools on Tuesday, December 15th. On the 15th at Catherine Everett Elementary School, we had a woman who entered the campus armed with a knife. She was actively inflicting injuries upon herself. Our officers arrived very quickly. Within 3 minutes, the first two of the initial 6 officers arrived on scene and confronted her. This was a very tense situation where split-second decision-making was a matter of life or death. The officers acted very instinctively in this case, and they did so with the true intent of protecting themselves, the staff, and the students there at the school who were obviously present during this incident. Yesterday, we did address the faculty there at Catherine Everett School, as well as the parents early on in the morning just following the incident. And we explained to them what happened. We discussed with the staff at the school and the parents what had occurred, the fact that we recognize that there would be people who, not only students, but faculty and parents who might be a bit apprehensive about what occurred at the school. So we explained what occurred, the timeline of how it occurred, and where we're going, not only from a police department perspective, but from a school perspective, where we're going from here. It's very important to note that the school district, specifically Catherine Everett Elementary School, did exactly what they had rehearsed, exactly what we would expect them to do in a situation like this. The very quick wit of the staff, and specifically 2 staff members there at the school, and the abidance by the kids when they were told to engage in an emergency lockdown was the difference in making this the event that it was, and as opposed to the event that it possibly could have been. This could have been a very tragic incident, and obviously there were kids present, and we want to make sure that in every situation they remain safe. It does come back to preparation. Preparation not only from the school district's perspective, but from the police perspective. People also need to be aware that the Modesto Police Department and local law enforcement agencies practice on an annual basis, and sometimes even more often than that, dealing with active, dynamic situations on school campuses. In recent years, just actually in 2008, we did hold a practice active shooter, what we call an active shooter type situation at Johansen High School, where we had SWAT teams from throughout the county who came in, and we practiced exactly what we would do in a situation that's dynamic, fluid, and obviously a risk to the students and staff on the campus. We feel that those training events are very crucial, and that way we know exactly how each specific entity is going to perform in a situation such as the one at Catherine Everett School. After the Columbine incident, most people recognize that police tactics are a bit different than they were at the time that the Columbine tragedy occurred. The bad guys need to know that if they're going to engage in any type of violence or put students and staff at risk on a school campus, not only in our city, but throughout the United States, so they're going to get a very immediate, very deliberate response from the first responding officers. We are going in, we're going to take the battle to them in order to ensure the safety of the students and the staff at the campus. Obviously, our children are very precious to us, and we want to make sure that if this type of circumstance, such as Catherine Everett or an active shooter situation like Columbine occurs again in our jurisdiction, that we're going to take the battle to them. We're going to ensure that the threat is neutralized, and we're going to take appropriate and decisive action in order to protect not only our own lives as law enforcement officers, but also the lives, more importantly, the lives of the people that are at the school.